Happy November, beautiful souls. What a beautiful month. We are so close to the end of the 2025 cycle. Hello, if you are new, I'm Lydia. I'm an energy healer. I work with the mind, body, and soul to help accelerate human consciousness, and I've been doing this full time for over a year now. So let's get into I have 7 different ideas or 7 different concepts that we're going to talk about here in the November energy update, and let's get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is that past grief is coming to the surface, not for us to be engulfed into it. And this is something that they said very specifically. We don't want to necessarily go down the rabbit hole of the shadow, but more to bring it to the light, to bring it to the surface, to notice it and witness it and move forward. There's going to be some triggers of grief that are coming forward. So you might have a lot of emotions coming forward. We might feel kind of into that seasonal depression type of mentality, but ultimately we are moving past the old mentality around mental health or mental illness that we've had in the past. So this year is going to feel a little bit different. So be open to that as you let the grief come forward and move through you. Specifically, this could be around family or things with family, feeling unseen, feeling invalidated. There's some things coming forward about that. The second thing is that the physical body is still releasing a lot of traumas in the muscles and in the fascia. So we can often feel this feeling of being sore or feeling very tired. In this time of soreness and fatigue, we want to honor that as well as still allowing ourselves to get that physical release. So doing yoga and stretching and qigong, these are still things that are really going to help facilitate that continual release. So if we're really sore and we're just laying in bed, we're not really helping release more of this energy. We're kind of just letting it stay stagnant. So there is essentiality in learning how to balance that rest and that releasing still. There's also some frequencies around food consumption that are coming forward. So some things about maybe your diet switching or the way that you relate to food kind of being a little bit different. You might have some triggers around food coming forward as we are releasing some past relationships with the physical body and the physical reality. So that could be something coming forward. What I'm seeing a lot of is like juice cleansing, a lot of fruit to facilitate this time, but still allowing yourself to indulge and feel into the comforts of food if that feels right to you during this time. The third thing here is that your gifts are continuing to increase. In this increasing of your gifts, we have to have a very strong foundation to receive those gifts greater, right? So a lot of our gifts are up here in the higher realms. We have the hearing, the seeing, the smelling, the tasting, all in the upper area or the upper chakras. So when those are enhancing, we have to have a healthy foundation down below. So we have to feel safe in our body to receive these gifts that we're asking for. How do we feel safe in our body? We also have to trust ourselves and trust our body. So if we're still in the mentality that we don't trust ourselves or we don't trust our gifts or we're constantly judging ourselves for not being in the place that we want to be, you're creating an unsafe environment in yourself to receive more of those gifts. So a big thing for this month is creating a healthy foundation, creating greater trust with self, understanding your worth and your worthiness of sharing these gifts with the world. Again, last month we did a witch wound healing. So feel like there's a lot of unworthiness coming forward, go check out that healing session because that's going to help release some of that so that you can come back into a greater space of trust while you're opening your gifts. Trust, safety, and worthiness are big things that are coming forward for the collective to feel like they have the power to share these gifts. And again, we're at the end of the 2025 cycle. When we're going into 2026, these gifts are going to be open and on display. So we're still kind of in that shadow work of letting ourselves kind of grieve the past around not being able to share our gifts. We're still bringing forward some of those insecurities and allowing them to pass through us so that in 2026 we can be on full display, full openness with our gifts, and it's just going to be so natural for the world to see that there's just superhumans everywhere, which is awesome. And continuing on this last point on this is that you have to understand that you are worthy to share your gifts and that your unique journey, your unique perspective is what makes you potent and is what makes you powerful. There's going to be many people that want you to follow their path or how they live their life and how they do their spirituality, but oftentimes that's actually going to lead you further away from yourself and further away from your gifts. Trust you, trust your path, trust your experience, trust your body, trust your feelings. Again, trust is a big thing here. It's going to help you develop your gifts to the greatest capacity. Number 4, we're in Scorpio season. So it's going from Scorpio season into Sagittarius season, but most of this is Scorpio. Scorpio's a fun one, right? It stretches you, okay? Scorpio stretches you. It'll ask, how far can you go? How far can you be pushed? How much can you handle? And this is gonna be a little bit around your shadows. How much can you resist reverting back to the old version of you? So the old version of you and old habits and old triggers and old ideas are gonna be coming forward. A lot of times, again, we are in the dark seasons, coming into winter, we're in the dark season. So a lot of shadows are coming forward. A lot of things like depressive energies are coming forward. So these things are gonna come forward to push you. Are you going to conform to this dark energy? Are you going to conform to the depressive energy that's going to sink you down? Or are you going to stay afloat and find neutrality in the light and the dark? Not necessarily needing to be subjected or pulled into the darkness, right? So that's something that Scorpio is going to test you on this month, which is going to be fun. It's going to be great. There's a lot of lessons that are going to be discovered and learned through this month, which is really exciting. Scorpio is a great teacher. So you're going to be learning a lot and it's going to be good. Another question here is, who are you wanting to become and who are you willing to become? This is another question Scorpio is going to be asking you. Who are you willing to become? Because you could become whoever you want to be, but are you willing to do that? Are you willing to put in the effort to get through something that you don't want to deal with anymore, right? So that's again another thing coming forward. And the last thing about this is that this energy is going to be prepping you to handle the energies of 2026. So again, you're being stretched right now to see if you can really be a strong leader and a teacher and a guide, or just a being with a lot of spiritual gifts in 2026. So take care of yourself this month. Continue to journal. There's a lot of journaling that feels like it's coming forward, a lot of expressive energy. Scorpio is a water sign. It's expressive, it's fluid, it's creative, but it also has that dark edge to it. It's the emotional, the moody. So there's a lot of fun things that are coming forward in this month. Number 5, a lot of us have been talking about 3i Atlas, and this is coming forward for this month. 3i Atlas is coming in with a lot of frequencies to awaken the collective. We know this. Those who are choosing, those who have chosen to ignore these frequencies are going to be spurred in this energy of anger, because this awakening is so on display that they see it and they're upset that they see it. So there's going to be some people in the collective that are angry this month. And so because we are unity consciousness, because we feel into that, there's going to be some anger triggers that we feel as a collective. Again, going back to that last point, it's going to stretch you. Allow yourself to just see it, find neutrality in it, and not have to subject yourself to the anger that other people are feeling. Know that there could be some false triggers or false things about 3i Atlas that are coming forward. Many of you probably already know that. Use your discernment. It's very key during this time. As I've talked about before, 3i Atlas is this awakening code. It's this frequency that comes through the body that is adjusting the DNA, it's adjusting the code of the human biofield to be ready for this greater change of new earth. So again, this goes back to that soreness or that feeling of being a little bit tired. This is another reason why that might be happening, because there's so much energy shifting, energy coding in the body that is changing with the frequencies of 3i Atlas coming towards this planet at this time. There does feel like there is this thing about 3i Atlas that is actually hitting the ego. It's hitting the ego pretty hard and doing a little bit of dissolving of the ego, not fully, because we know that the ego is helpful in a lot of cases to communicate with other human beings. The ego is necessary, but it's dissolving a lot of things around the medical field. It's dissolving ideas and egoic understanding around science. There's a lot of things that are shifting even around physics, like mathematics. There's a lot of things that are no longer the base understanding of something, right? Maybe a formula that we've known about gravity our whole life might start to shift with this different awareness. So this is just something that's coming forward here, is that a lot of the ego of the human is going to be breaking down as we are so exposed to this awakening. And it's very exciting for a lot of us that have been awakened. It can be a little bit frustrating for those who have chosen not to awaken. Number 6, connect with Gaia whenever you need stability. Of course, this is kind of just a general thing, but what we're also working on here is creating a really strong neuroplasticity with understanding grounding. A lot of us in this world are very dissociative. There's a lot of distractions, there's a lot of things going on, so we can easily dissociate. It feels like it's our natural state of being to be numbed out or dissociative. So when we consciously choose to be in the present moment, to feel into our body, to feel into our toes, to feel into our fingertips, to be very aware of the physical presence, to be very aware of Gaia and Earth and her as a being, we're creating a neuro connectivity or neuroplasticity within the body to allow us to come into a grounded state as our natural state of being instead of dissociation. So the more that we can ground, whether in moments of fear or in moments of not fear, we're creating a stronger connection to grounding easier and easier and easier until it just becomes our base frequency. And again, when we go into 2026, we want that grounded state and that being able to be physical in our body to be our base frequency as we go into New Earth. That's very necessary. What this is also doing when we're creating this foundation with Gaia, this groundedness, is we are allowing ourselves to bring these ideas that we have from the higher realms all the way through us and bring it into reality with aligned actions. So aligned actions is going to be a big idea here in this month. Doesn't mean that we need to necessarily go full force into what we want to do right now. Some of you might be called to do that, but again, it's more of this neuroplasticity, this creating a foundation so that when we do have an idea that we want to bring forward, it'll happen so much quicker because we already have that connection. We already know how to bring that thought all the way through our body, all the way into Earth to plant it into reality. And number 7, the last one of today, is there is a collective healing that is happening on Thanksgiving. There's a huge shift in consciousness that is happening, which is really exciting. There's a lot of healing taking place of Gaia specifically also on Thanksgiving. There's a lot of wounds that are healing around the indigenous folks here in the US and all of the different beings just on this planet in general. There's a lot of healing that is taking place on Thanksgiving, a lot of love, a lot of open eyes around family and seeing people as just people instead of holding a certain expectation to them. Or there's a releasing of certain familial contracts is kind of what I'm feeling here around Thanksgiving. There's an ability to just let them be them without needing to have certain expectations again. And this goes for you as well, letting go of allowing others to have expectations of you that might not be of you. One thing that they're sharing with me right now is if someone doesn't respect you, then you do not need to take their advice. This is just something that's come in for me recently. And this in itself allows you to let go of the expectations of these people in your life that don't really respect you, don't really share a lot of love with you. Just let go of their expectations and be very free in your energy. There's a lot of freedom coming forward in this month. So that was just something quick that was coming forward. And then coming on to this with Thanksgiving, Black Friday, the day after, there's a lot of awakening also happening on Black Friday because there's a huge awakening to consumerism. There's a huge awakening to the scam that a lot of these companies are putting on people. And there's just a huge awakening about business and things in our country and all across the world where there's been scammy mentalities or scam type frequencies throughout the earth. So scams are coming forward, being revealed for the collective, which is kind of fun. We'll see how that goes. And overall, this holiday season is totally going to be different. It's still going to be nostalgic, but there is a lot of differences here of like, maybe in the past, there's been some strife around family. There's been some, I don't want to be here. But this holiday season, there is kind of a bit of a more open heart. There's in it, and I'm not seeing it like too much, but there is this cracking open. So for some people, there can be some deep emotions that are coming forward this Thanksgiving, which is a cracking open. And oftentimes when we get cracked open, that's when our light can actually shine forward. That's when we can heal ourselves in a greater ability. We can be there for ourselves so much stronger. So know that that's something that could be coming forward for you. But again, there's a lot of healing and mending of relationships here around Thanksgiving, which is exciting. So that's the messages that I have for this November energy update. I hope that you guys received something from this, and maybe you'll look back on this video later in the month and be like, oh yeah, we knew about this. I know I definitely will. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah.